I am not excited in the slightest. Being blindfolded in front of an audience gives me so much anxiety. So I'm really hoping.
Deanne paced in her small apartment, strings of fairy lights casting a soft glow. Her fingers tapped the notebook in her lap, crammed with jokes about her quarantine obsession with baking banana bread, her great-aunt's cat named Sir Whiskers who refuses to use a scratching post, and her lifelong fear of karaoke microphones. Tonight was more than open mic night, it was her first date. And she'd invited someone to come along. She took a breath, smoothing the notes. She'd always joked with friends about performing one day, but never saw herself actually doing it. After graduating college and working a tedious corporate job, she wrote a few lines of stand-up in secret. Deep down, she longed for laughter, connection, and the unapologetic honesty only comedy allows. The doorbell jingled. Deanne opened the door to a smiling face, Jordan. Mid-20s, tall, casual jeans and a Broadway t-shirt. "You ready?" he asked, kind eyes curious. Deanne swallowed. "Sort of. Do they let virgins perform stand-up?" Jordan grinned. "Only if they're virgins at stand-up too. Means you're untested but enthusiastic." Her nerves fluttered. Jordan took her hand. "Break a leg," he whispered. "You've got this." They walked into the Punchline, a cozy comedy club in the heart of town. Stage light glowed pink. Brick wall. Microphone on a stand waiting. The audience chatted softly, sipping drinks. Jordan squeezed Deanne's hand until she pulled it away, embarrassed, an attempt at calm. She scribbled some lines on her palm. "I've been single so long, I forgot what it's like to get ghosted. Now I'm ghosting myself." She laughed at herself. Jordan laughed too, eyes full of encouragement. A hostess showed them to seats near the stage. Deanne sat, legs shaking. Jordan leaned close. "Think of the mic as Sir Whiskers. You're just trying to make him purr." The analogy snapped Deanne out of panic. "Funny. I can do that." First up was Brett, a seasoned local comedian who lit up the audience with clever observations about grocery store checkout people adopting her as best friend. The crowd warmed. Then came others, quirky, loud, polished. One guy bombed spectacularly. "My last relationship ended after one date. I took her to see the Avengers at the drive-in, in winter, on an inflatable mattress." Laughter. Deanne's chest tightened. "How brave are they?" "And how brave are you?" she added under her breath. A friendly host strode on stage. "All right, folks, final act of the night. Give it up for Deanne." Her heart slapped against ribs. She stood, palms sweaty, sat her notebook on a stool beside the mic. The chatter dimmed. Red spotlight on her. She breathed. "Hi," she said, voice small. I used to think stand-up meant making people laugh. Turns out it means making yourself nervous for 30 minutes, while a stranger judges your hair." Laughter. She let the moment breathe. She moved into banana bread nightmares, cat therapy, Sir Whiskers demands a tip every time he's fed, first date anxiety. She teased. "I once tried speed dating. My idea of a joke is still faster than that." The audience chuckled. Jordan grinned, thumbs up from the front row. Deanne relaxed, smiling. She found rhythms. Timing. She noticed pockets of belly laughs. Warmth radiated. After the set, the host called out, "Give a round of applause to Deanne." Applause rolled across the room, genuine, kind, encouraging. Deanne returned, flushed, delighted. Jordan met her at her table, proud. "That was incredible. I survived," she gasped. "You didn't just survive. You owned it." They shared a drink, quiet mutual praise. Jordan asked about her jokes. Deanne described writing humor out of loneliness, and how comedy gave her confidence more than dating apps ever did. They left the club together, night air cool. Deanne perched at a 24-hour diner. She slid into a booth across from Jordan. He asked, "On stage Deanne, is she like regular Deanne?" She paused, flipping her hair. "She's braver, actually. She's the part of me I'd kept locked away, virgin territory, I guess." Jordan smiled softly. "Would you write new jokes about the evening? About a first date that was also your debut?" Deanne considered it. She realized the night had changed everything. writing for laughs, living for connection, embracing firsts, both personal and public. She laughed. Maybe. But only if you promise to be my date number 2, off stage. Jordan reached across. It's a date.